Hello!
And welcome
to Nightmare Nation,
the paranormal-themed podcast where we talk about haunted places around the world.
And scary things.
And demons.
And ghosts.
And witches.
And seances.
And cults.
And UFOs.
And graveyards.
And crazy bananas.
What? Like psychotic bananas that go crazy and mutate and then come after you and kill you in your sleep?
Have you ever seen the YouTube video of bananas?
No, but the way your face lit up when I said crazy mutated bananas, I'm like, where is she gonna go with this? What is gonna come out of her mouth next? I got real nervous for a second.
I really like my crazy mutant bananas.
Yeah, you've had experiences with them.
Yeah, there's a YouTube video out there. I have to find it because it's been a while. But I think it's like these bananas talking, like singing a really weird song. I could be making this up, but
like
I think
animated
it's a thing.
bananas?
Yeah. I feel like I remember watching this in college.
The only one I can remember is the stupid freaking banana that sings about peanut butter and jelly and a baseball bat. I wish I could say I knew what you were talking about.
But if anybody knows what I'm talking about, help me out, because I feel like this is a thing.
A video about a crazy banana.
It's like multiple bananas.
Okay.
I think.
All right.
And they're like singing something.
I have no idea.
They're like murderous bananas, I think.
But I watched so many weird like animated Flash videos in like middle school. That was just like how I spent my time on the internet, was just watching weird, stupid, like animated videos of crap.
When we would go down YouTube rabbit holes.
Yeah.
I love going down those rabbit holes.
Yeah. It's
the best.
A good time. So
anyways,
we're going down a different rabbit hole tonight, which is about haunted things and scary places.
That's what we talk about on this podcast.
That's our rabbit hole specialty.
Yes. We
go down other rabbit holes, but our most favorite hole of them all is the scary paranormal one.
It's the best hole to be in.
Yeah. Hey, I'm Annie, by the way.
What's up? I'm Anna.
That's us.
Hey, yo.
And we like to bring horrible places to you, so you don't have to go there yourself, but if you want to, please feel free.
Hell yeah.
Because, once again, briefly alluding to something coming up in the next few weeks.
I'm so excited!
You guys, I'm not going to say where we're going, but let's just say Anna and I are going to do a little bit of field research.
We're actually going somewhere.
We sure are. It's happening. For realsies.
Seriously, so excited.
I'm gonna like pee my pants.
Oh my god, I can't freaking wait.
Everything was booked today.
Yes.
It's gonna be
booked.
good.
We're ready to go. It's gonna be a freaking party. We're gonna have fun.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a girls' night.
Your most favorite thing.
Scary girls' night.
Uh-huh.
Because that's what we do.
Yes.
Find yourself a best friend that will go do scary shit with you and not care.
And hang on to them forever.
Yes.
Because that's a special human being who does that.
Yes.
Yes.
So keep them.
Yep. You're welcome for the life advice.
Uh-huh. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
We give you life advice. We give you scary shit. We give you rambles. We swear a lot. We give you drink recipes.
It's really like a giant fucking hodgepodge of random shit.
Yes.
From like 18 different topics that all gets like smashed up into a little ball and like thrown into your face.
And you never know what you're going to get every week. And it's perfect.
I never even know what's about to come out of my mouth in the next 10 seconds.
I don't either.
So that's what makes it so exciting.
Because we just keep going and going, and then a thought pops into our head, and then we just kind of go with it.
Where it's going to go.
We never know.
I sure don't.
Nope.
So
we talked about crazy mutant bananas, so didn't think I was going to talk about that tonight.
No. But one thing we usually talk about is, what, scary movies?
Yeah.
Have you seen any?
Nope.
You're still on like a little hiatus.
I watched TV on Friday for a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know. I can never do what I did yesterday.
Yeah.
So
I can barely remember. I was trying to remember if we'd watched any other horror movies since the one I talked about last episode, because we recorded not that long ago.
No.
And I don't think I have watched any. Oh, no. I was going to tell you. This is what we watched. I remember now. We saw Freaky.
Freaky?
The one where it's like Freaky Friday and they switch bodies and it's the high school girl and the serial killer.
Yeah.
Remember?
Oh!
With the trailer that you posted?
Yeah!
So
how was it?
It was like fine.
Isn't it supposed to be a comedy?
It's like a black comedy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So think like Happy Death Day. Did I ever make you watch that?
I don't think I've seen that yet.
So good. Okay. So I feel like it was the same creators actually, now that I think about it. But it just was like, I don't know. It wasn't really very funny for a comedy, and it wasn't really very horror-y for a horror. And they kind of like used the same kind of like humor just throughout the entire movie and never really built on it. It's just like basically they played on the fact that it's like Vince Vaughn and he's like got a teenage girl in his body. And so it's him running around being girly and like a teenager. And it's funny because he's like an old dude. And that's literally all the further they took any of the humor in the movie.
Oh, that's dumb.
And then when the serial killer is in her body, all she did the entire movie, and it's not her fault because this was how the script was written, but like all she did was walk around and like look at people with these like glowering stares, and that's all she did. She had like zero dialogue
spooky.
the whole movie after the serial killer took her body. And I'm like, well,
that's dumb.
you could have done so much more with a serial killer inhabiting the body of a teenage girl, and all she did was walk around and like be creepy at
like,
people.
that's such a cool
concept.
Yes.
And they just didn't take it far enough, I feel like. So it was fine. It was enjoyable. I don't think I'd watch it again. But it was kind of fun because it was like kind of a novelty sort of horror comedy concept thing. And I thought it was, it had its moments, but it wasn't like good. I don't know. It wasn't earth-shattering.
Well.
But I thought I should tell you since you posted that trailer on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun.
So.
I did last Friday. I watched The Witch. Finally.
Did you finally watch it?
And was it Lighthouse? The weird one?
Oh, yeah.
It's super fucking weird.
So, like I told you, it's
so
just
weird.
Dumb. I don't know what happened, really. None of it made sense.
Like, it was really cool how they made the movie because you start off and the two guys really didn't like each other. Then they slowly kind of built a relationship. And because they were on this island for, 4 months, they made a really good job at, like, building it up to the point where they literally go fucking minds. Crazy.
Yeah.
And so that aspect of it was really, really cool. But the ending, what the fuck? What?
Yeah.
What magical powers does this light have? Because, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen this and you're gonna watch it, please skip ahead like 60 seconds. But he's up in the tower when he couldn't get up there, and then all of a sudden the light stops moving, and then a door opens up, and then he just starts fucking screaming.
Yeah. It's
like, what?
Yeah. It's that movie strikes me as just one of those super over the top, really artsy sort of like, it's very, very specific feel to it where it's just super, super like artsy and dramatic. And there's all this weird imagery and symbolism and shit that like no normal person understands.
Right.
Like, why is he having sex with a random mermaid vagina?
Yeah. Where did she come from?
Is the dude at the top of the lighthouse jacking off into the floor? Like, why? I don't understand. And like, they did an excellent job as actors. And
yes, absolutely.
The black and white was super different, and I liked that. But I was just like, what? It was so long, and I was expecting like a payoff, and there was none. It just was like, what the fuck?
Weird. And then they started drinking like fucking turpentine or something.
And like honey. They were like losing their shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
I told you, it's weird.
God.
And then
But
you
then
saw
The Witch. That was really good.
Isn't it good?
The main girl in that is from Queen's Gambit.
Uh-huh.
She's such a good actress.
That movie was the first thing I ever saw her in.
Oh, really?
I think that was one of her earlier films.
Yeah, she looks younger.
Yeah, she's been in a bunch of stuff since then. But yeah, it's really good.
It's super good.
And it's like nothing, there's no jump scares, there's no like overtly like in your face horror moments. It's just that like slow feeling of dread that just gets bigger and bigger throughout the whole thing, and you're like, I don't know what's gonna happen, and I'm very uncomfortable about that goat. I don't like
that
him.
goat is fucking weird.
And those fucking twins, Mercy or whatever, and her like little siblings are like 6. And
oh
just,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
shitheads.
Yep.
I'm like, I hate you
Little
both.
assholes.
Yeah, they're the worst. It's just weird.
The ending was a little strange with all of them floating
Into the trees.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Sorry.
They float at
They
the
float.
end.
That was a little weird, but it was good.
It's creepy. It's
Vivitch.
good. The Vivitch.
The Vitch.
So friends. Aside from scary movies and YouTube video ramblings, we've got some actual content for you tonight.
Yeah, I suppose we could talk about that, huh?
Yeah, I guess.
That's what we're here for.
We're going to take you out to the West Coast again.
West Coast!
And where on the West Coast are we going, Anna?
California again.
Okay.
Are we done with California yet?
Never.
Okay.
There's a lot to talk about in California.
California just has everything.
They've got, I mean, the state is fucking massive.
Yeah. They're like
literally
practically their own
spans
continent.
the entire coast of the United States,
Yep.
essentially. So
It's ridiculous.
yeah.
So we're going to the Bodie State Historic Park
Sweet.
in California.
Also basically known as like the Bodie.
The Bodie.
Yeah, the Bodie ghost town.
Bodie Ghost Town.
Yep.
Bodie
Ghost town. Going downtown to the Bodie ghost town.
Ghost Town. So there's your
Our-
nightly song.
Our frequency of random song spurts
You know,
just increasing
when
at
you
an
watch,
alarming rate.
When you watch musicals and people will start bursting out in the songs and other people are like, no one ever does that in their life.
I beg to
Bitch,
differ.
you've never come in contact with us.
You've never listened to this podcast,
Because
obviously.
that's what we do all time.
It's constant. We tone it down for this podcast.
Even when we're
believe it or
not on the podcast, we still do it.
Oh, we do it like more often in real
God,
life.
it's the best.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't go into full-on choreography.
But if I knew any choreography, I would.
Yeah.
Legit, I would just burst
Just
into song and dance
start
with you
dancing.
if we had anything coordinated. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Bodie.
So Bodie is a ghost town in the Bodie Hills, east of Sierra Nevada mountain range in Mono County, California, United States.
Great.
In case you didn't know that California is in the U.S.
I had to say that last week with our Texas place. It's like
Yeah.
Texas, USA, in case you weren't sure where Texas is. I don't know. We've got a few international listeners. Maybe you don't know. It's
Exactly.
okay. We won't judge you.
We won't. So Bodie began as a mining camp following the discovery of gold in 1959 by a group of prospectors. Gold discovered at Bodie coincided with the discovery of silver at nearby Aurora in the distant Comstock Lode
Oh.
beneath Virginia City, Nevada. But while these two towns boomed, interest in Bodie remained lackluster. By 1868, only 2 companies had built stamp mills at Bodie, and both had failed.
Sad. What was
know.
wrong with this little town?
I don't know. No one wanted to go to Bodie, even though there was gold there.
Bummer.
I know. In 1876, the Standard Company discovered a profitable deposit of gold-bearing ore, which transformed Bodie from an isolated mining camp comprising of a few prospectors and employees to a Wild West boom town. By 1879, Bodie had a population of approximately 7,000 to 10,000 people and around 2,000 buildings.
That's so many buildings.
Right? Like, how do you build it that fast within 2 years?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like little ramshackle wooden
they're not
structures.
super
It's not
awesome.
like skyscrapers we're talking about.
right,
but-
exactly.
But still, that's progress.
It's impressive. One legend says that in 1880, Bodie was California's second or third largest city.
What?
Right?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And now California has like 5 billion people.
like massive. I
It's
guess I don't know
ridiculous.
how old the big like Los Angeles and like San Francisco. I don't know when they really became like booming metropolis areas.
Right.
I don't know. Interesting. Mm-hmm. Oh, it was one of the biggest.
little baby Bodie.
Little baby.
It was so great. So over the years, Bodie's mine produced gold valued at nearly $34 million. And back then, that's like
A lot.
fucking money.
Yeah.
Like trillions now.
Quadrillion.
Yeah. Such money
Such money.
to be made.
Unfathomable amounts of money.
Yes.
Great.
It's great.
Let's move to Bodie.
Okay.
I want to make money.
There's no one there anymore.
We'll be there.
You will not make money.
I will make all of the money.
Okay. We will find a new gold deposit.
I will make it work, okay?
Perfect. We'll find we'll find diamonds. What if they have diamonds?
I bet
out
there's
there?
diamonds. California is
Oh
known
my
for
gosh.
its diamond mining
Yep,
industry,
they
right?
are. Mhm.
Especially Bodie.
Yes, exactly what it
Great.
is. It's perfect.
Let's go.
Bodie boomed from late 1877 through mid to late 1880. It was also during this time that a telegraph line was built, which connected Bodie with Bridgeport and Geona, I think, Nevada.
Okay.
California and Nevada newspapers predicted Bodie would become the next Comstock Lodi. So just a super...
I don't know what that means.
Comstock was... They were the ones that discovered the silver nearby.
Oh.
And it
I
boomed.
see. Okay. So
And
a company.
So, yep. Yeah, so it's going to become the next super big gold mine.
Okay.
And men from both states were lured to Bodie by the prospect of another bonanza.
A banana bonanza?
A banana bonanza. So many bananas dancing
Psychotic bananas.
Psychotic bananas.
Dancing around in Bodie.
Yep.
A Bodie banana bonanza.
Yeah! Can that be the title? Perfect. Oh, so great.
I feel like we use the word bonanza way more than any human being should.
It's just kind of the best word.
It's just such a good one.
It's just not used very often.
It needs to be like more popularized in just the everyday vocabulary.
Yeah, when I think of a bonanza, I just think of like fun
just
hopping.
a freaking party.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want every day of my life to be a bonanza.
Fuck yeah.
Happy.
Just wake up every day and think of your life as a bonanza, and then you're going to have a fucking bonanza every day.
Okay, great.
So, as a bustling gold mining center, Bodie had the amenities of larger towns, including a Wells Fargo bank, which I didn't realize that Wells Fargo has literally been around since like the start of fucking time.
I mean, I guess the little logo of like the wagon and the horses sort of makes sense. But I just kind of assumed that was just like the
their
design.
thing.
Yeah. And it makes so much sense thinking about it in terms of like the little Wild West and the wagons and the horses and
that makes so much more sense now.
It sure does.
Gosh. The little things that we put together on this podcast, too.
We're putting together one big puzzle.
Get little light bulbs every time.
One little piece at a time.
Yeah.
And one day...
it all just comes together.
One day we'll figure out this thing we call life.
Yeah, we will.
The last piece will slide perfectly into place and we'll just be
like,
geniuses.
Boom. Here we are.
Life
is figured out.
We have all the answers, guys.
Yeah, we do. So...
We're so off track tonight.
Wells Fargo Bank.
Okay.
They also had 4 volunteer fire companies, a brass band, railroad miner... Oh, wait, no, that's a comma. Not railroad miners, because that wouldn't make
Got
sense.
It. Railroads and
miners and mechanics union, several daily newspapers, and a jail.
Oh, nice.
So we gotta lock up all them bad folk.
Them criminals.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
At its peak, 65 saloons lined the main street, which was a mile long.
What?
Right?
65 saloons in 1 mile?
They're just getting drunk all the time.
Oh my god. I'm just picturing all of those like old-timey Western like prostitute ladies with their like big bosom dresses and their like fans or whatever and just like the old-timey pianos plunking away.
Yep.
And oh my god, I want to
live
there.
Fucking wasted.
Sounds like a blast.
Perfect. It's a bonanza!
A blast bonanza in Bodie.
Yes.
Great.
Perfect. But of course with, 65 saloons and drunk people, murders, shootouts, barroom brawls, and stagecoach holdups were regular occurrences.
Oh no.
So people are just killing each other.
Not barroom brawls in the Bodie Bonanza.
Brawls in the Bodie Bonanza.
There's so many great B words in this episode.
They all just go.
Oh, it's great.
Perfect. As with other remote mining towns, Bodie had a popular red light district on the north end of town.
Them prostitutes.
Bodie had a Chinatown, the main street of which ran at a right angle to Bodie's Main Street. You got it?
Off like a block off of the main street. I got you.
Yeah. Okay, cool. At one point, it had several hundred Chinese residents and a Taoist temple.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Opium dens were plentiful in this area, too.
Sounds like fun.
Taking drugs, getting drunk, shooting people.
I was going to say, if drinking isn't your cup of tea, then you can go ahead and get those opioids.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Perfect. Bodie also had a cemetery on the outskirts of town and a nearby mortuary. It is the only building in the town built of red brick, 3 courses thick. I don't know that that's a way
What is a brick course? I don't... like just 3 layers?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Those are some thick walls.
I know. So they mainly used, or they had like the 3 brick walls for insulation to keep the air temperature steady during the cold winters and hot summers because they had dead bodies in there. So,
neat.
They probably didn't have refrigerators back then.
That makes sense.
And the cemetery includes a miners' union section and a cenotaph. erected in honor of President James A. Garfield.
I wish I could help translate, but I have no idea what that means.
I don't know what it is. Cenotaph.
Huh.
On Main Street stands the Miners' Union Hall, which was a meeting place for labor unions. It also served as an entertainment system that hosted dances, concerts, plays, and school recitals, which now serves as a museum in the town. Like many booming mining camps, Bodhi soon earned a reputation for violence and lawlessness. Killings were sometimes daily events, and robberies, stage holdups, and street fights were common occurrences in the camp as well. So in its day, Bodhi was more widely known for its lawlessness than for its riches.
Oh, no.
Right?
Like, you guys...
It's a terrible reputation.
Like, oh, I'm on my way to this other town. Can I stop at Bodhi? No, you want to...
Don't do it.
Avoid that place.
Yep.
It's a rowdy bunch of drunkards there. Steer clear.
Exactly. So, of Bodhi, the Reverend F.M. Warrington would describe it in 1881 as a sea of sin lashed by the tempest of lust and passion.
Damn.
So, yeah.
That is
terrible.
A harsh judgment being laid down on the town.
So you didn't want to be at Bodhi.
I read somewhere that there was like a little girl who like wrote in her diary or something, or said somewhere, they have a quote from a family that was moving to Bodhi like early on when people were still like living there, who said, "Goodbye, God, we're going to Bodhi."
Yep.
Oh, did I steal that from you?
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
I didn't know if you'd written it down.
That's
or not.
okay.
How fucking sad.
That was her repeated prayer.
Yeah, goodbye,
she
God.
had.
Bye-bye.
Yep.
We're going to scary place now.
I hope I don't die.
Oh my God, that's so sad.
I know. Poor girl. So I don't know if they survived at Bodhi.
I don't know.
I hope they did.
Oh.
So unfortunately, during the winter of 1878 to 79, Bodhi citizens saw many hardships, particularly savage. The winter claimed hundreds of lives from exposure and disease. Falling timber in the mines and explosions of a powder magazine took additional lives.
Oh no.
So the first signs of decline appeared in 1880 and became obvious towards the end of the year. Promising mining booms in Bodie, Butte, Montana.
I think that's pronounced Butte.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
That sounds more
butt.
right than butt.
In Butt, Montana.
Montana. Perfect. Tombstone, Arizona, and Utah lured men away from Bodhi. The get-rich-quick single miners who came into town in the 1870s moved on to the other booms, and Bodhi developed into a family-oriented community. So no more brawls and drinking.
And shootings on the daily. Yeah. Okay.
It's perfect. In 1882, residents built the Methodist Church and the Roman Catholic Church. And despite the population decline, the mines were flourishing. And in 1881, Bodhi's ore production was recorded at a high of 3.1 million. And then in 1881, there was a railroad that was built called Bodie Railway and Lumber Company, bringing lumber, cordwood, and mine timbers to the mining district from Mono Mills south of Mono Lake.
A lot of... in Mono County, right?
In Mono County.
Wow.
There's just mono everywhere.
Monochromatic.
They must have so much mono out there.
Oh my God. Yes. Mononucleosis.
Yes.
I had that in college.
I did too.
It was so terrible.
No, it was after college, and it was the worst thing ever. So, during the early 1890s, Bodhi enjoyed a short revival from technology advancements in the mines, and that continued to support the town. So they just kind of kept going.
Nice.
But then after the technology advancement, Prohibition, and the Great Depression...
Ooh, that's a rough stretch of years.
Everything in one.
Oh, man.
Bodhi's population kept declining until only a few were left. There were 6 people who lived in Bodhi after World War II, and 5 of those people met untimely deaths.
6 people?
6 people left in Bodhi.
No.
So first, one of the men shot his wife, and after she died, 3 men killed the murdering husband. But then soon after, all 3 would die of strange diseases. It was like karma coming back at you. It was then that Bodhi was described as a ghost town in 1915. In a time when auto travel was on the rise, many travelers reached Bodhi via automobiles. So then people started to come back. And then by 1920, Bodhi's population was back up to 120 people.
Oh, man.
Because they were actually able to reach them. So despite the decline and a severe fire in the business district in 1932, so Bodhi had permanent residence through nearly half of the 20th century. A post office operated at Bodhi from 1877 to 1942. So in the 40s, there was a threat of vandalism that faced the ghost town, and the Kane family, who owned much of the land, hired caretakers to protect and maintain the testosterone structures.
Oh, good.
The town structure. So now Bodhi is an authentic Wild West ghost town. It was designated a National Historic Landmark in 1961.
Of course.
And in 62, the state legislature authorized creation of the Bodhi State Historic Park. And a total of 170 buildings still remain today.
It's so cool. If you saw pictures of it, it's just like little itty-bitty structures, and it's just like literally quintessential ghost town in the middle of nowhere, desert. I'm picturing tumbleweeds. Like, it's pretty cool.
It's sweet.
It's pretty cool.
The pictures are awesome.
Yeah.
So today, Bodhi is preserved in a state of decay. Only a small part of the town survived, and now they only have 110 structures still standing.
Oh, no.
And then in 2009 and again in 2010, Bodhi was scheduled to be closed, but the California State Legislature worked out a budget compromise that enabled the State Parks Closure Commission to keep it open. So as of 2019, the park is still operating and is now administered by the Bodhi Foundation.
Nice.
Yeah.
What a roller coaster. There's
so
ups and downs
history.
And peaks and
All
valleys
around.
and, oh man.
Just couldn't keep up.
What a rich history. Because gold.
I'm so rich.
Funny.
So funny.
Rich until it wasn't when everyone left.
Uh-huh.
And then everyone started killing each other.
Yeah, it's perfect.
So,
Tell me!
wait, what were your sources? I don't think you said.
Ooh! Thanks.
You're welcome.
Well, main source is Wikipedia, and then the other one is legendsofamerica.com.
Sweet.
Thank you.
So, my sources were hauntedhouses.com,
Ooh.
kqed.org, kuked.org, JuneLakeAccommodations.com, CalParks.org, and then a YouTube video produced by Amy's Crypt, who she has her own website, and I've used her stuff before for haunting stuff, but this came from a YouTube video. Then I was
cool.
typing notes based on what she said, because she went there. It was cool.
Nice.
So, like you said, there was the murder of the man who shot his wife.
Yeah.
To give a little more detail.
Tell me, because I didn't.
His name was Ed.
Ed?
He shot his Indian wife to death in a drunken rage, and he shot off one of her breasts.
Oh my God!
Clean off.
Why?
Because he was a dick.
Jeez.
She later died in the hospital. Like you said, the three other men took the law into their own hands. Do you want to know how they did it?
How?
They tied him up, laid him in a creek, kicked him until he was unconscious, and then let him drown.
Oh my God!
It's the fucking Wild West out there.
That is karma at its finest.
I mean, brutal.
Holy shit.
The whole thing is horrible.
Damn.
So the legend goes that afterwards, the murdered man's spirit actually appeared 2 months later to each of the three men who killed him. So he came back and was like, oh yeah, you're going down.
I'm coming for you,
I'm coming
bitches.
for you. He reportedly shook his fist at each of them, and each of them died untimely, strange deaths, like you said.
Oh.
Do you want to know how they died?
How?
One died from a huge gash in his face. Don't know how that happened. It just showed up, I guess. Another died from a hemorrhage in his head that made his head expand because there was so much blood.
Holy shit.
And the third man disappeared and died somewhere in a ravine mysteriously.
What?
He came at them.
Oh shit. That's like 3 times the fucking karma.
Yeah.
Hot damn.
And none of the other 3 people who lived in town, like there was like 6 left,
Yeah.
the other 3 people were completely fine. Untouched.
That's really weird.
Because they had nothing to do with Ed's murder and they lived.
Oh, damn.
So, a lot of people believe that Ed literally showed up and, like, cursed them to die.
Sounds about right.
It's pretty graphic. So, his ghost was getting some revenge. So then there's also the infamous Curse of Bodhi. So this is the most famous legend surrounding the area. And the legend goes that anyone who dares to take anything from the town will be punished. So this is known as the Curse of Bodhi. Oh. People who take things from the area as souvenirs are often fated to experience bad luck and misfortune until they ultimately finally send everything they've taken back to the rangers at Bodhi.
Oh, shit.
Park rangers often get letters, usually handwritten and anonymous, with stuff that has been sent back, explaining how the curse came true for those visitors who took something they shouldn't have.
That's crazy.
They're literally like, my life's falling apart. Oh my God, I'm so sorry I took this. And they will mail it back to try to get the curse to be lifted.
That's intense.
It's intense.
All right, so I won't be stealing anything from Bodhi.
Don't do it. I mean, and some people steal things as trivial as like a rock off of the ground or like a rusty nail that they find. And apparently it applies to all objects big and small.
Holy shit.
So some writers of these letters claim to have had no clue taking anything from a state park was forbidden, which is bullshit. That's true everywhere. There's signs all over the place. The rangers are like, yeah, that's bullshit. You knew it. You weren't supposed to do it. Others admit that they knew and just couldn't resist. For some, the curse is explicitly supernatural, such as ghostly apparitions and poltergeist-like disturbances appearing in their homes after they leave.
Holy shit.
Yeah. But for most, it's taken the form of plain bad luck. Accidents, auto trouble, job losses, breakups, stuff like that. Just like overall bad things, which of course most of them probably have nothing to do with that.
Right.
But
and they probably like research that, oh, if you do this, if you take something, then
and then
that's
it
probably what it is.
An easy excuse. Like, oh no, my girlfriend broke up with me, not because I'm an asshole, but because of the curse of Bodhi, or whatever. So,
exactly.
Yeah, who's to say how many of those are true, but it's an interesting idea. So some people who have taken items report experiencing the curse's effects immediately on the drive home. Others see them only in hindsight. In one heartfelt letter from 2017, a young woman blames the rock she took from Bodhi for the breakdown of not only her relationship, but her parents' marriage. Aww. Another writer said she's losing all of her loved ones to cancer because of the curse.
Holy shit.
It's so sad.
Maybe it was the guy who murdered his wife, and
maybe
he's just cursing everybody.
Yeah.
Because he's fucking pissed that they decided to kill him.
Yeah, so some believe that the curse is simply just like was basically made up by the park rangers to try to get people to stop from taking stuff because
I mean, it makes sense.
It is like a preserved area, like you said.
Right.
It's in a state of decay. Like you're not supposed to disturb anything, and like even a small rusty nail like is where it is because it's part of a bigger story. Like don't disturb shit that's not yours. Like
exactly.
Don't be stupid. But others believe that Bodhi is actually inhabited by a ghost who guards the town by plaguing thieves with misfortune, and that this ghost is actually responsible for all the bad luck. So they think it's like this actual entity who literally curses people as they leave after taking their stuff. But no one really knows what exactly it is. Every time an item is returned, fun fact, the staff at Bodhi have to treat it for what it is, which is a stolen object. So they have to file a report with law enforcement for every single item, no matter how big or small it was, because
that's so annoying.
It's state park property, so
even if it's like a little rock.
That's what the article said, which should be so irritating.
That'd be so annoying.
Like, you guys are such a bunch of fuckheads.
Seriously, giving me so much more paperwork. I don't want to do
stealing pebbles from my park.
Gosh,
I just thought that was kind of funny.
So,
of course, there's a bunch of other notable spirits and haunted buildings in the ghost town. Other spirits that have been seen include a few famous people who used to live in town. So people have reported seeing the spirit of Rosa May, who was a well-known prostitute, often referred to as a hooker with a heart of gold.
Oh,
she's so sweet.
Love those heart of gold hookers.
She's one of the really nice ones, I guess. She supposedly died tending to sick miners with pneumonia and has been seen drifting through town as an apparition.
Oh.
Other spirits include people associated with the Kane family, so I think you mentioned them earlier. So they ended up owning most of the property in the area, particularly J.S. Kane, who moved to Bodhi at 25 and struck it rich and ended up building like this whole family empire in town. So Kane reportedly had a Chinese mistress who, once the town found out about the affair, like she was basically labeled as an outcast and was looked down upon, and like no one wanted anything to do with her, and it ultimately led her to commit suicide.
Oh no.
Yeah. So people report seeing the spirit of this mistress haunting the Kane house to this day, and apparently she likes to peer out of the window at people who walk by.
Oh,
She's chilling.
poor lady.
There was also Dan McMillan, who was a one-armed sheriff who also managed the baseball team.
Oh, look at you.
You go, Dan.
Go one-armed sheriff.
Yeah.
That's great.
So some people have reported to see his spirit, and obviously it's him because he's got one arm, and how many one-armed people are there? Not that many. And then Mary Mcdonald was the first postmistress in town, and she has been seen in the post office, which is one of the only remaining buildings in town.
Aw, she's still working.
This is Mary.
Oh.
The Gregory House is another reportedly haunted building in town where the ghost of an older woman can be seen inside and is often sitting in a chair knitting.
Oh, look at her go.
Working on knitting projects in the afterlife.
Making some gloves and blankets.
Some scarves.
And stuff.
Some scratchy sweaters.
Great.
Yeah.
Sounds perfect.
I don't know who she is. She's just an old lady who likes to knit. People have also reported the smells of cooking food wafting from the Mendocino house.
Oh.
So yeah, like when no one is supposed to be there and there's not like an actual functional kitchen because it's like a billion years old, they smell food like coming from the house, and they also hear the sounds of children playing in the front yard.
That's weird.
Super weird.
I don't like that.
Apparently there's a park ranger who like sometimes lives in the house or maybe stays overnight there and says that sometimes the ghost children like to tug on his clothes or the sheets at night.
No, they just want to play.
They just want to play.
That's
like,
cute.
Come have some snacks with me. Someone's cooking up something delicious.
Let's hang out.
Others have reported hearing giggles in the Bodie cemetery from a girl named Evelyn Myers, who was only 3 years old when she was accidentally killed by being struck in the head with a mining axe.
Oh my gosh!
I know.
That's terrible.
It's so sad. She has her little cute little grave. It's so horrible.
The poor baby.
But she giggles. She's being happy.
She just loved the short life she had.
I know. She was 3. The ghost of Evelyn also apparently likes to play with other children who visit the cemetery.
Aw,
so
she just wants a friend.
Sweetheart. I've never heard of a ghost like under the age of 5 who's creepy. They're all just like cute little kids who want to play.
They're just happy.
Sad. Yeah, I can't even imagine like how horrible the person who accidentally killed her felt. Like, it's so sad.
I'm sure.
Others have reported seeing a woman peering from the window of the Deschambault house. Don't know where that is or who the woman is, but
perfect.
Lots of women peering through windows appears to be a theme. And lastly, the mines are currently off limits due to safety precautions, but park rangers have reported hearing disembodied voices coming from the mine's depths.
Oh, fuck that.
Didn't you say there was a lot of mining accidents and bad things that happened? I'm sure miners died.
Oh, God,
Bad news.
Yep.
Also, interestingly, so there's a story of a white mule who haunts the mine after its back was broken by carrying materials.
Oh,
and it died.
no.
So it haunts the mine.
Poor baby.
And just picturing a white donkey ghost walking through a mine.
No.
And it's just the weirdest mental image ever.
Oh, that's so sad.
I know. It's so sad.
Poor baby.
So those were all the main hauntings. The Bodhi Foundation does offer ghost walks that you can buy tickets for if you want to see the ghosts for yourself or see the places where the ghosts are reported to be seen. So those are available. I think maybe not now during COVID, but on normal non-COVID times you could get tickets and do a ghost walk if you're interested.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Forever in California.
Let's do it.
We just got so many places to go to.
We have to do a whole country road trip.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Just go out there like one summer and check everything out.
Rent like an RV thing and just freaking go everywhere.
That'd be perfect.
That'd be fun.
So that's Bodhi, friends.
That's Bodhi.
If you ever go there, let us know.
Please do.
Because that'd be sweet.
Yeah.
But you know what time it is.
It's the best time.
It's that time.
It's that time for a little refreshment.
Guess what it is.
It's Craft Cocktail Cult time.
Craft Cocktail Cult.
Ba-dam-bam. So, tonight,
what are we making tonight?
We're bringing you a Negroni.
Negroni!
I actually...
Not a Nerogi.
Anna was...
That's what I thought it was at first.
Earlier, she's like, what are we doing for the cocktail tonight? And she's like, ooh, do you want to do a Nerogi? And I'm like, what in the hell are you talking about?
Anna, that's not a drink.
I'm like, that's not a thing. It's like a cross between Nairobi and pierogi and...
You know, just kind of everything.
It's, you know... but it's a Negroni.
It's a Negroni.
And I'm pretty sure it's an Italian beverage.
Yeah.
And it is like a little bit sweet, a little bit bitter, and it sounds very refreshing. I've never had one, actually.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. We're going to make one this weekend.
Heck yeah.
So a Negroni is, this is technically just one part of each, so you can up the amounts if you want a bigger drink, but it's going to be 1 ounce each of gin, Campari, and sweet vermouth. You are going to add all 3 of those to a mixing glass filled with ice and stir until well chilled. Strain into a glass filled with large ice cubes. You're going to use like a lowball glass or some other sort of short glass, and then garnish with an orange peel.
Sounds so good.
Refreshing, delicious.
So many different flavors going on in here too.
Very excited.
I'm so excited.
I was showing Anna earlier. I found a recipe for a Negroni cupcake, and I got all excited until I saw
a Negroni night.
Well, then I saw that the recipe called for a lot of like black pepper, and pink peppercorn, and I don't really know what pink peppercorn tastes like, but I was a little bit disturbed by the amount of pepper the recipe called for.
Don't really want to have a pepper cupcake,
I don't know. I mean, it's probably fine. I'm assuming the recipe author knew what they were doing, but it just makes me skeptical.
Yep.
So
we're gonna make some mule cupcakes.
Moscow Mule cupcakes.
It's gonna be delicious,
dude. If these recipes are good, we'll have to share the Moscow Mule cupcake recipe.
That's gonna be our next craft cocktail cult drink.
It's gonna be a cupcake
drink.
It has alcohol in it though.
Yeah, it does.
All right.
I'm so excited.
Me too. Can't wait.
If you've ever, visited somewhere haunted, or have pictures of a haunting, or experienced some sort of haunting, let us know.
We want to hear from you.
Hell yeah. Send us your story at our email, which is nightmarenation19@gmail.com.
Yes. Also, make sure to look for our Craft Cocktail Cult recipe on the social media, where you can also interact with us in a number of different fun and exciting ways.
I love talking to you.
Anna manages our social media. She's great.
The best.
Check us out on Facebook, Nightmare_Nation19, and Instagram, Nightmare.Nation19.
Hell yeah.
Come be friends.
I want to be your friend.
Do it.
Let's do it.
In the meantime,
friends,
please don't
fucking do it.
Use a Ouija board.
Don't fucking do it.
Just stop it.
Just don't be dumb, okay?
Don't be stupid.
Oh, do you want to do a Ouija board when we...
No!
Okay.
What are you saying? We can't break our own advice.
I know we can't. I would be fucking terrified to even buy one.
No fucking way. I am not. No.
It's not happening.
Not happening.
Nope. So just don't do it, because then you'll probably get possessed by the devil, and then you'll just have a life of terror.
And then someone will try to do an exorcism on you, and inevitably it'll go horribly wrong, and then you might die, and then there might be a documentary made about you, which would be cool.
But we don't want you to die.
We'd rather you be alive.
Exactly.
So
just don't be dumb.
Don't do it.
Don't use Ouija boards.
Be safe.
Be safe.
Until next time.
Until next time, friends.
Bye.
Bye.